Hi guys, so I think this video is going to be the how to survive your first week of sixth form because it was requested. So, first thing to remember on your first day of sixth form, whether you are new or whether you are attending the same school that you were before, is that everybody is nervous. The new people don't know anybody, they're vulnerable, and they do tend to make friends with the other new people just because it's easier to integrate. But then you are perfectly justified to feel nervous as well because it is a new kind of environment, it's a new situation, and at the same time sometimes the people who remain from the old school feel vulnerable and invaded by so many new people that they don't know coming in at once. So you need to remember to be open and friendly, and nobody's out to get anybody. You need to remember school is not the enemy either. You are choosing to go to sixth form. When I went to sixth form last year, I really didn't want to go. I go because the government tells me that I have to go until I'm 18. And I went with such a bad mental attitude. I was like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this, I don't want to get involved, I don't want to do this. But school's not the enemy in that sense. If you're in the same mindset that I was, then you're just gonna have to get on with it. You know, school is going to try and do their best by you, and they may never ever get it right, but they will almost definitely try. So in the reference of being open and friendly, you obviously need to get to know the new people, make them feel welcome because you know how they may be feeling. And you also need to be open and friendly with your form tutor and the new sixth form teachers because it is likely that one of those will probably be writing your personal statement reference. So they need to get to know you for who you are so they can write a good statement, which obviously is sent off to universities so that they can decide whether they would like to offer you a place. Get your timetable on your first day, so you could put your timetable onto a app. I use a certain app which I absolutely can't remember. I probably just typed in timetable into the app store and I downloaded it, and you know, that's all I ever use. So if I lose a planner, it doesn't matter because I've got it on my phone, so do that. If you are new at sixth form, try your best to make sure that you know where you are going, where all of your classrooms will be. So maybe in your lunchtime, go around with a friend or someone trying to establish where all of your classrooms are. So you get to know the environment as soon as possible and you know your way around. That will create less issues for you. Clubs may start as soon as you go back to sixth form. You know, you've got school council, you've got dance and drama and netball and everything like that you might want to get involved in. So if you're going to school in the first week of sixth form, you may not expect everything to be thrown at you straight away, but it very well might be, so be open-minded towards those things because you don't really want to miss out if you then decide in a few weeks that you actually would have wanted to get involved. Remember to be very talkative with people. You need to be open and honest again about how you're feeling all the time, about your mental health, and especially within the first week of sixth form, you need to make sure that you have picked the right options. So I personally did not want to take any options. The only one I was sure I wanted to take was biology. So I spoke to my head of sixth form and everything, and so in that first few weeks of sixth form I was able to go to other lessons for other subjects in my freeze. So I had my 4 main subjects that I picked, and then when I had freeze or studies I would go to other subject lessons. So I took originally biology, chemistry, physics and maths, and then I started going to history, English and sociology lessons in the meantime, so then I could see what I liked and what I didn't like. So I went into my English lesson straight away. I was like, yep, not doing this. This is not for me. So if that's possible, try doing that. Although it is only the first week of sixth form, you should try to start and get into your study routine, because if you can get into that routine as soon as possible, then it should serve you well throughout the whole year. So my study routine is, my school finishes at 3 o'clock and my bus comes at 20 past the hour. It takes me about 20 minutes to walk to the bus station, so I have until the hour. So break up at 3 and I will go to the study or library for a full hour and just do as much work as possible as I can then. Even if I've had double free just before we finished, I will stay for that hour almost definitely, unless it's a Monday because I have brownies volunteering. I will try and stay there, and that is my routine. It's a quiet space just to try and concentrate, because when I come home I can't concentrate. Sometimes my niece is here and she's a little baby running around and you just can't really do anything. So get into that routine. Because it is your first week of sixth form, make sure you plan something fun at the end of the week to reward yourself. So on the Friday, maybe meet up with the friends and go for a meal. Your first week of sixth form is complete. Or I went trampolining, you know, do something fun. Make flashcards straight away. That is the one thing I do advise, to make flashcards straight from the off. So unless it's content where you don't really understand it, then yeah, go home, use a revision textbook, go and research it and then make your flashcards. But in any other situation, make your flashcards straight away. I don't advise making other things straight away. When I say flashcards, personally to me that means Chegg. Chegg is an app where you can make online flashcards. It's like Quizlet, but for me personally, I find that Quizlet only works for definitions. So I use Chegg for all content. So always make my flashcards in there straight away, straight after a lesson. But then physical flashcards like these, I leave until exam time, because then that helps me learn just by going over them. So I'll only put onto flashcards what I'm sure I can't remember, because by that point I should know most of the content. So yes. And finally, for surviving your first week of sixth form, this is what I advise you definitely packing in your school bag. Obviously, drink of water or juice or something, obvious. A notepad, because you don't know what lessons you're necessarily going to have on the day or anything. A notepad you will definitely need for any subject. I needed it for English when I took those lessons, and I needed it for my sciences, and I needed it for maths. I needed my notebook for everything, so just make sure that you take one of them, especially on your first day. And then you can take your planner if you buy one. Obviously take a pen, pencil, ruler, your whole pencil case, but you should also try to prepare a day folder, but don't necessarily take it with you on the first day. A day folder is, if you take sciences, well, it's really dependent actually, because some schools have folders for maths and I can't imagine doing that. So if your subject are going to use folders, then a day folder is probably going to be the thing for you, rather than taking 50,000 folders. But in that sense, also in your first week of sixth form, see if you can get a locker if your sixth form offers them. Some schools offer them all throughout the years, and my sixth form only offers them, my school only offers them in sixth form. So if you can get a locker, then that would serve you well for being able to put your folders in when they can no longer be day folders and they have to be individual folders. Make sure you follow the dress code. You want to make the best first impressions you possibly can with all of your teachers. So yeah, good luck guys. I wish you the very, very best of luck with your first week of sixth form, and trust me, it will not be as bad as you think. I was so terrified, and it is so not that bad. So please go with an open mind and just enjoy it. Good luck.